Yo, I'm Brendan. Robinhood has done it again. I thought I knew what was coming up with their deposit bonus. I thought we were going to plan on just 1% for everything coming into our account. And then now they throw this curveball at us and surprise us with a new transfer bonus. What is happening? They came out with an IRA match for our retirement. They came out with a 3% credit card so we can buy everything and get 3% back on everything. Then they've teased us with this deposit boost that as of today is still coming soon. And then they've completely blindsided us in the best way possible, giving us this transfer bonus. What? Now we have to just dive into this, read all the terms and conditions, figure out exactly what the pros and cons of this are, and potentially figure out the difference between this and all the other bonuses to see which one we should use and when. Now, Robinhood is coming after all the brokerages. This is insane. So the first thing we can see here, just on this main page, is that we have an account transfer bonus that's good through June 28th of this year, 2024. There's no cap, there's no limit, and they're specifically saying transfer. So what this tells me right off the bat is this isn't about new cash that you're going to deposit in here and get a bonus on. This has got to be an existing brokerage account somewhere else, and we're going to transfer that over here to Robinhood. Then down here, this little start of the fine print, we're going to really dive into the fine print. For a limited time, which we know, through June 28th, earn a bonus when we transfer an outside brokerage account. Whether it's $10,000 or $1 million, we'll give you a 1% bonus, no cap. What? Okay, limitations and terms apply. I got to see what this is. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of Robinhood. Like, objectively, they still do some shady stuff that's not great. I still don't trust them all the way. But if my money is invested in brokerage A, that's not Robinhood, and I'm making 10% per year, then Robinhood comes along and throws these crazy offers at us to say, transfer your old retirement account over and get a 3% match. Yeah, okay. I'll do that. I'll take $6,500 for basically doing what I was going to do anyway. I'll just pick you. Like, they're making it really hard to say no. And then we can still plan on this unlimited deposit boost coming in the future. Who knows when? So as long as that comes out fairly soon, you could potentially have a boost on new deposits, a boost on brokerage account transfers, and a boost on your new IRA deposits, your contributions. Dude, they are boosting everything. Okay, let's zoom back in here and read the terms and conditions and figure out how they're going to bite us. Of course, all investments involve risk. Let's get the disclosures out of the way. Speaking of disclosures, this isn't investment advice. I'm not telling you how to invest your money. I also have the most basic affiliate relationship with Robinhood, which is what everyone has in your app right now. If you refer a friend, you get $5 of a stock. That's all I have too. But now you know my relationship with them financially. Let's get into the terms and conditions. It says you have to transfer eligible assets, I'll have to figure out what those are, from an external brokerage account, okay, we knew that, into our Robinhood non-retirement brokerage account within the offer period. Okay, all of that makes sense so far. My big question thus is, what are eligible and what aren't eligible assets? This is good from April 30th to June 28th, 2024. Then here's one of the big caveats that we've got to know and accept and believe in. To keep the bonus, you must keep the money you transfer into Robinhood in your Robinhood individual brokerage account for at least 2 years. Based on all the past kind of transfer bonuses they've done, we could have foreseen this coming. I would guess that between 1 and 3 years would be the requirement, and here we are right there at 2 years. But now I've got two questions. First one is still, what are eligible assets? The second question is, when are they paying this bonus out? Is it in installments over that 2-year period? Because that's what they say they're going to do with this deposit bonus. It says right there, Boost is divided into 24 monthly payouts. So you got to hold it in there for 2 years whenever they start doing this. And that is part of the Gold program that you got to pay $5 a month for or so. People are leaving comments that Robinhood Gold is different prices for them, different prices than what I'm saying. For me, I'm paying $5 a month. If you see something different, leave me a comment. So we're going to keep digging here and answer both of those questions to find out what kind of things we can transfer and when is that bonus paid out? Because to me, if they're still not going to accept mutual funds, that's kind of a downfall. And if they're not going to pay that bonus out as one big lump sum right up front, it's kind of also a little bit of a downfall. I want the bonus right away. I want to be able to transfer over everything. Okay, now we're going to have to dive into the full bore terms and conditions to get all the details. Give me all of your information. I'm going to suck it out of the bones here. Here we go. This could be question number 1 answered. What transfers are eligible? Only account transfers, not other ones like ACH transfers, so that's good to know. And you have to initiate the transfer during the offer period, but it could settle outside that period. So even if you're watching this right here at the last day, June 27th, June 28th, that can still apply. That's good to know. But it didn't tell us about mutual funds or not. How is the bonus calculated? This is also good to know. Oh, it says it does include cash. You get 1% on the net transferred asset value. So if you have cash in that other brokerage account, that still works. Boom. Cash, securities, and options. It says they don't have any transfer fees on their side, but if you do get charged a fee from your original broker where you're sending the money from, they'll reimburse you for it, but you got to ask them. So you have to email them or send them a little contact us note to say, please reimburse me. So don't just assume it's going to happen. Here we go. When do I get the bonus? Question number 2, answer it. Generally, the The bonus will be available in your account and ready to invest after your account transfer is complete. So when those funds hit, we get the bonus right away. That's good. Question number 2 is a thumbs up. It's weird they say generally though. Like what other conditions could come into play where it's not always this? I don't know. Anyway, that's good to know too. The bonus is reported as interest income. So if you want to plan out for that, you can. And for those of you that want to be able to move your money earlier on, here's the sneaky math on how to keep your bonus even if you take your money out. Basically, they say if you keep the money in for at least 2 years, the bonus is yours. But if you withdraw money earlier than that, as long as the remaining account balance is at or more than the bonus amount plus the net transferred value, then it's yours to keep. So as long as you protect that amount that you transferred plus the value of the bonus, then you can take out money out of the account. It's not a big deal. I think that seems fair. And if you're curious like I was too, well, what happens about things that are outside your control? Like the market can make your portfolio go up and down. And the summary of that is as long as you don't withdraw money, you're still fine. Even if the account value goes down, it's not your fault. You still get the bonus. The only upside potentially could be if the market goes up, your account value goes up, you've got more room to withdraw those profits, if you will, and still protect your bonus. But they're not going to hold a stock market devaluation against you, which is good. And now there's yet another terms and conditions related to this bonus that we've got to dive into to keep figuring out what we can and can't transfer. Come on now. Reveal your secrets. Gah, it still doesn't tell us. I just read this whole document for us and it still doesn't tell us. Okay, well, as hopeful as I am and as much wishful thinking as I've got, I'm going to bet you right now before I even attempt to do anything like this and test it out for you that they're not going to accept mutual funds. In the past, they've not done that. Whenever I tried to roll over stuff before, they said for whatever reason, they can't do mutual funds. They can only do stocks and ETFs and other things. So I'll bet you if we try this right now, it's not going to work. Okay, let's try it. Let's get started here. Boom. Oh, that's interesting. They had a promotion before that you could roll over an old 401k or an old IRA and get a 3% match, and that ended April 30th, but they still have a 1% match on a traditional IRA. I didn't even see that. I thought it was only individual brokerage accounts. Ooh, interesting. I think this is a little bit of a vetting process here. So I've attempted to start transferring over my M1 Finance account. So I put in my account number, and then it's asking me, does my individual account contain mutual funds, bonds, or a margin balance? I don't even know off the top of my head, but let's click mutual funds and see what happens. Haha, now we have the answer, just as I suspected. A little bit of a bummer. Mutual funds and bonds can't be transferred over. Review what's transferable. Here's the support page we've been looking for. I knew this page existed, I just didn't see it before. They should have linked it to those other FAQs. So here's the things we can and can't transfer in. We can transfer in stocks, ETFs, options contracts that expire further out than 7 days from now, cash balances, and margin balances, as long as you have margin enabled on Robinhood. What we can't transfer over are fractional shares. That's super annoying. Crypto, whatever. Options contracts that are about to expire. Unsupported option strategies. That makes sense. Mutual funds. Come on. Bonds. Come on. Futures, annuities, and other assets. Well, that's a bummer. Well, for the sake of trying to do this experiment, let's try and do it with Webull, because I know that I have some whole shares in there, so let's try it now. Okay, now I've clicked that I have none of those things to worry about, so let's see what I can do with transferring. Hey, big green thumbs up. Yeah. And I'll do a partial transfer because I know that some of my other fractional shares aren't going to work. So I already know it's got to be a partial transfer. So we're going to look at stocks and ETFs. And I know I have 4 shares of JEPI. We're going to do all the shares, which is just 4 of them. Add to list. And that's it. Click I'm done. We're going to opt into a bunch of things that are probably shady that we shouldn't opt into now. We'll see if I get hit by any Webull fees by doing this too. Okay. Transfer has been submitted. So it says I've got a 5 to 7 business day wait. I may have to come back in 5 to 7 days and make another video and tell you how this happened, if I got any fees from Webull, and how the whole thing shook out. But for now, that's it. Pretty easy peasy. Literally all I had to do was know my account number, know what the stock symbol was of the thing I want to transfer over, and that was it. Man, Robinhood is out here swinging hard. All the other investing brokerages have got to add some promotional things to make it compelling to work with someone else besides Robinhood. And for me, this by no means entails that I'm transferring all my money over to Robinhood just to get a 1% bonus. 1% really isn't worth it in the long run to be with people that you don't want to invest with, if that's the case. So most of my investments are just staying where they are. But for the sake of good competition, I want to see other people doing something like this. Give us a match. Figure it out. Fundraise. Get some VC money. I want to see Acorns doing this. I want to see M1 Finance doing this. I want to see Fennel doing this. Interactive Brokers should be doing this. It's a wild world we live in. Well, in case you missed the last couple of Robinhood videos, here they are for you to watch next so you can get caught up and see what's happened up to this point. And you can see what the process has been like for me to transfer some money over in the past. Thanks for watching. See you guys tomorrow. Bye.